Good morning, everyone, especially to our dynamic instructor, Ma'am Lizelle Abuso. I am Kyla Eliza Rene Florentino.
I am April Joy Guntayon.
And I'm Melody Bunicag.
We would like to present to you our research entitled
Learning Styles and Reading Comprehension of First Year College Learners in Isabela State University, Kawayan Campus.
Let's start with Chapter 1, The Problem and Its Background. Studying learning styles and reading comprehension is important for customizing teaching methods, improving learning outcomes, and understanding how people learn and process information. Olsin et al. 2018. The concept of learning styles refers to the preferred approach individuals take in learning situations, encompassing cognitive, emotional, physical, and environmental factors. Campos et al. 2022. While widely recognized, its validity has been criticized due to a lack of empirical support of Jess Van Dorn et al. 2022. The Internet has revolutionized education, leading to changes in teaching methods with the integration of technology-assisted facilities such as online assessments and ebooks. Chang 2016. Digital learning provides flexibility and real-time interactions, but it may not be suit everyone due to distinct learning preferences influenced by factors like family, education, age, and cultural background. Pruitt et al. 2016. Challenges for online learners include motivation, lack of concentration, challenges of and difficulty in monitoring attention. Tailoring teaching methods to match students' learning styles can enhance their efficiency. Lee and Wu 2022. Learning styles also play a relevant role in solving mathematical problems, with different approaches observed among students based on their abilities and preferences. Cronin and et al. 2016, Rockma 2017, and Raman 2018. In conceptual framework, the study is anchored on the theory of learning styles, which proposes that individuals have preferred ways of learning and processing information. Specifically, the study examines the four different learning styles: visual, auditory, reading or writing, and kinesthetic. The study also draws from the theory of reading comprehensions, which suggests that comprehension involves the active construction of meaning from text based on the reader's background knowledge and the text itself. This theory highlights the importance of various cognitive and metacognitive strategies in learning comprehension, including prediction, questioning, summarization, and inference making.
The paradigm of the study. This study employed the independent variable, dependent variable model of evaluation. The independent variable included the learning styles, while the independent variable included this reading comprehension. Statement of the problem. Number 1. What is the profile of respondent in terms of sex and age? Number 2. What is the index of the learning style of the respondent in terms of using their physical senses, highly possibility, exposing their learning situation, receiving information, and processing information? And number 3, there are significant differential in the learning style of the respondent when they are grouped according to their profile. And number 4, what is the level of the reading comprehension of the respondent? And number 5, in their significant differential in their reading comprehension of the respondent when they are grouped according to their profile. Number 6, in their significant relationship between the learning style and reading comprehension of the respondent. Hypothesis. Number 1, there is no significant differential in the learning style of the respondent when they are grouped according to their profile. Number 2, There is no significant differential in the reading comprehension of the respondent when they are grouped and according to their profile. Number three, there is no significant relationship between the learning style and reading comprehension of the respondent. Significance of the study. The data gathering this study helps the following. Number one is the school, the faculty, the administrator, the student, and the parents and the future researcher. Scope and the limitation. The study was collected to investigate the learning style and reading comprehension of first-year college learners of the Isabela State University, Kawayan Campus. This study was collected during the second semester of the school year 2022 and 2023. Definition of term. Number one is auditory learning. This refers learning through listening and hearing. And number two, exposing to learning situation. This refers to practice of the probing learners with opportunities to encounter and engage with new information, experiences, or challenge. And number three, first year college learners. The participants of this study are first-year college learners of Isabela State University, Kawayan Campus. And number four, highly possibilities. This refers to the ability to consider and evaluate different options in this given situation. And number five, kinetic learners or learning. This refers to learning through physical activities and movement. And number six, learning style. This refers to the respondent proven method of approaching to learning new information and skills. And number seven, processing information. This refers to the quantitative process of the encoding, interpreting, organizing, and training information in memory. And number eight, reading comprehension. This is the ability to read and text, process it, and understand its meaning. And number nine, receiving information. This refers to process of obtaining or accuracy knowledge of data. The virus scores such as to reading, listening, or observing. And number 10, using physical senses. This refers to educational approach that encompasses in the importance of engaging multi, multiple senses in the learning process. And number 11, mutual learning. This refers learning through see and observe.
So, let's move on in Chapter 2, Review of Related Literature and Study. In this chapter, comprehensive examination of pertinent literature and study, along with the underlying framework is presented. Review of related literature and studies. Learning styles can interact differently with this variable, influencing reading comprehension outcomes differently for different individuals. The learning process is highly influenced by individual learning styles. We refer to the preferred method or approach people use to acquire knowledge. Among the various academic skills, reading comprehension playing a crucial role in students' overall academic success. Understanding the relationship between learning styles and reading comprehension can have implications for educator and instructional strategy. This review aimed to explore the summarized preview study that have examined the association between the learning styles and reading comprehension. There are many models and theory proposed to categorize learning styles, such as ABAC, modern, auditory, reading, writing, and kinetic, by Flynn and Mills and Coyd experiential learning theory models. These models suggest the individual may have different preference for sensory input, information processing, and how they approach learning tasks. Let's move in chapter 3, methodology. This chapter presents the method of research used in the study, which include the following: research design, respondents of study, the locate of study, research instruments, data gathering procedure, and statistical tools. Research design. The researcher used the descriptive correlation design using the quantitative method. The quantitative method was applied by collecting numeral data that were analyzed using the statistical method. The correction method was used to investigate whether a relationship exists between two or more variables. This method enabled the researcher to make intelligent predictions by searching predictable, stable patterns in experience and was drawn to make connection between leadership skills and the adversity quotient of student leaders. Respondents of the study. The respondents of the study were first-year college learners in the Department of Computing Studies, Information and Communication Technology of Isabela State University Kawayan campus in Kawayan City during the second semester of the school year 2022 to 2023. The number of the selected respondent was derived using consensus sampling. A total of 28 respondents participated in the survey. Local of the study. The research study was conducted in the Department of Computing Studies, Information and Communication Technology of Isabela State University Kawayan campus. The research locate was selected according to the following considerations. Accessibility, the research locate in easily accessible to the researcher and any participants involved. 2. Technical consideration, the researcher are familiar with ethical guidelines of the research locate. And 3. Language and communication, the language spoken in the locate does not pose challenges in conducting the research. Research instrument. Two sets of instruments were used to gather the data of the study. This instrument focused on learning styles and English reading comprehension. The questionnaire were adapted from Learning Style Survey, assessing from own learning styles by Anju D. Cohe, Rebecca L. Offord, and Julie C. Chi, and questionnaire on English reading comprehension by Screed. Data gathering procedure. The study was subjected to certain ethical issues. Before the conduct the study, a request letter is given to college dean where the study is conducted. Respondents were informed about the objective of this study and assured that their identity would be confidential and the result are for academic purposes. More importantly, informed consent was obtained from the respondent. Upon approval, the researcher admired the questionnaire to the respondents via Google Form Each respondent was given enough time to accomplish the questionnaire. After administering the survey questionnaire, the researcher retrieved it. After this, the researcher titled and compute and analyzed the result. From the accomplished questionnaire, the data were titled, physical, organized, and represent into tabular form to facilitate in-depth analyzing and interpretation of data. Statistical tools for data analysis, descriptive, inferential, and correlational analysis were utilized.
Presentation, interpretation, and analysis of data. This chapter presents the data gathered which were tabulated for the interpretation and analysis of data. The analysis of the respondents' age profile reveals that the majority of respondents fall within the 18-23 age range, with 19-year-olds comprising the largest group. This information holds implication for targeted marketing efforts, highlighting the importance of tailoring strategies and products to meet the preferences and needs of young adults. Additionally, educational institutions can use this data to develop programs and resources that cater to the specific interests of 18-23-year-olds. Researchers should consider this age distribution when conducting studies to ensure representative samples, while businesses can further explore age-specific patterns to refine their offerings with the 18 to 23 range. Based on the summary of the mean scores obtained from the respondents' self-reporting across different learning style indicators, it can be observed that the participants in this study generally exhibit a preference for learning styles that involve active engagement, exploration of possibilities, and a balanced approach to receiving and processing information. The overall mean score of 3.82 indicates that these individuals frequently engage in learning activities that align with their prepared learning styles. In terms of using physical senses, the respondents reported a moderate extent of utilizing their senses for learning. This suggests that they value hands-on experience, visual aids, and other sensory inputs as part of their learning process. Educators can capitalize on this by incorporating an interactive and experiential activities that allow these individuals to engage their physical senses, enhancing their comprehension and retention. When it comes to exposing themselves to learning situations, the respondents indicated a similar extent. This implies that they value opportunities for collaboration, social interaction, and real world application in their learning, creating a supportive and collaborative learning environment that encourages peer interaction and provides relevant and practical learning experience can enhance their engagement and overall learning outcomes. In terms of handling possibilities, the respondents reported a relative higher extent of engaging with this learning. They exhibited a preferences for exploring creative solutions, considering multiple options, and being open-minded to new ideas. Educators can foster an environment that encourages divergent thinking, problem solving, and creativity to capitalize on these individuals' strengths and promote innovative learning experience. The analysis of the data on the difference in learning styles based on age and sex revealed interesting findings. When examining the impact of the age, the results indicated that there was no significant difference in learning styles across different age groups. This statistical analysis, represented by the F value of 0.546 and the P value of 0.859, suggested that age did not play a crucial role in determining learning styles among the respondents. This implies that When designing educational programs of interventions focused on learning styles, age may not be a significant factor to consider. Similarly, the analysis of sex as a variable showed that there was no significant difference in learning styles between males and females. The F value of 1.20 and the associated p-value of 0.537 indicated that sex did not have a notable influence on learning styles. The respondents demonstrate a solid foundation in reading comprehension, but there is room for improvement in specific areas. By addressing these areas through targeted instruction and promoting effective reading strategies, educators can support the development of well-rounded reading comprehension skills among their students. The table represents the extent of reading comprehension among the respondents with 17 indicators describing their reading habits and strategies. The mean scores of each indicator range from 3.52 to 4.04, with an overall mean of 3.73, indicating that respondents generally exhibit, usually true, behaviors in terms of reading comprehension. The highest mean score of 4.04 is for the indicator I grasp the main idea of the material while reading English, suggesting that the respondents are proficient in understanding the main concept when reading English text. They also demonstrate positive reading habits such as using dictionaries to address new words, predicting the main idea from titles or subtitles, and analyzing sentence structures. However, there are areas where the respondents could improve their reading comprehension skills. For instance, they tend to overlook sentences with complicated structures and may not pay sufficient attention to the implied meaning of the reading material. The table presents the results of a reading comprehension study, where respondents were grouped according to their profile variables, age, and sex. For the variable of age, the between groups analysis shows a sum of squares of 23.012 and 19 degrees of freedom. The mean score is 1.211 and the F statistic is 0.493. With a non-significant p-value of 0.902, this indicates that there is no significant difference in reading comprehension scores among the different age groups. Similarly, for the variable of sex, the between groups analysis reveals a sum of squares of 4.524 and 19 degrees of freedom. The mean square is 0.238 and the F statistic is 0.816 with a non-significant p-value of 0.663. This suggests that there is no significant difference in reading comprehension scores between male and female respondents. Table 13 presents the relationship between the learning styles and reading comprehension of the respondents. The correlation coefficient between learning styles and reading comprehension is 0.889, which indicates a strong positive relationship between the two variables. The p-value of 0.000 suggests that this correlation is statistically significant at the 0.01 level 2 tail. The sample size for both variables is 28, indicating a relatively robust dataset. Summary of findings, conclusions, and recommendation. This chapter provides an extensive overview of the significant findings, conclusions, and recommendations resulting from the conducted research. It encapsulates the key outcomes of the study, draws logical deduction based on those findings, and proposes actionable suggestions for future endeavors. Summary of findings. The study found that age and sex did not significantly impact learning styles. Participants prepared active, exploratory learning with a balanced approach. They valued hands-on experiences and real-world applications. Reading comprehension could be improved in areas like complex sentences and implied meanings. There was a strong positive relationship between learning styles and reading comprehension, suggesting a link. Educators can use this to tailor instruction to improve reading comprehension. Further research is needed for comprehensive understanding. In conclusions, the analysis of the respondents' age profile indicates a majority of 18 to 23-year-olds, with 19-year-olds comprising the largest group, while the profile in terms of sex reveals a slight majority of male respondents. The respondents exhibited a preference for active, exploratory, and balanced learning styles, emphasizing the importance of incorporating hands-on experience, collaboration, creative problem solving, and concise information delivery, and critical thinking opportunities to optimize their learning experiences and outcomes. There is no significant difference in learning styles based on age or sex, highlighting the importance of adapting flexible and personalized approaches that accommodate individual differences and diverse learning needs in educational settings. The respondents generally exhibit usually true behaviors in terms of reading comprehension, demonstrating proficiency in grasping main ideas and utilizing positive reading habits. Neither age nor sex has a significant impact on reading comprehension scores among the respondents, suggesting that other factors may be more influential in determining reading comprehension abilities. There is a strong positive relationship between learning styles and reading comprehension among the respondents, emphasizing the importance of aligning instructional strategies with individual learning preferences to enhance comprehension abilities.
Recommendations. Number 1. Based on the analysis of age and sex profile of the respondents, it is recommended to develop targets, marketing strategies, and tolerate product that specifically catered to prefers and needs of the 18 to 23 years old demographic. And number 2, considering the respondent preferred for active explorator and balanced learning styles. Educational institution and instructor should incorporate hands-on experiences, collaborative activities, creating problem-solving tasks, information deliveries, and critical thinking opportunities into their teaching method. And number 3, given that there is no significant difference in learning style based on sex or age, it is recommended that educational settings adopt flexible and personalized approaches that accommodate individual differences and different learning needs. And number 4, to exchange reading comprehension skills, targeting instructions, and effective learning strategies should be implemented. Emphasizing should be planned on helping respondent to improve their understanding for implement meaning, tackling and complex sentence and ins- instructors and addressing unfamiliar words. And number 5, sign age and sex do not have an significant impact or on settings reading comprehension scored among the respondent. It is important to consider other factors that influence reading abilities. Their factors may include brain knowledge, connective abilities, social, economic background, and educational experiences. And number 6, given the strong positive relationship between learning styles and reading comprehension, it is recommended that instructional strategy align with individual learning prefers educator learning styles such as visual auditory, and kinetic approaches.